Fire Protection District. Roll call to order. Trustee Snowland. Here. Trustee Drum. Here. Trustee Rogers. Here. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Public comment. District allows those that wish to address the board 3 minutes to address the board. Does anybody have anything they'd like to address the board with?
Well, is the board going to answer back? No. I know, it's funny, isn't it, Bob? It's amusing to you.
It's been the same.
I know, it's been the
I
same.
come a half an
Well,
hour
then
early.
I
I'm happy to
can't.
talk to you.
I understand that.
Okay.
But you know, we all have lives and they have to come here 30 minutes early. So my question is, what was the crime scene yellow tapes on voting day all over the windows and the doors in here? The only thing you forgot when you put the yellow tape out was to mark it crime scene. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else have anything? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to the treasurer's report. Tammy?
Lake Forest Bank and Trust, capital $36,422.02. Lake Forest Bank and Trust checking $371,643.94. Lake Forest Bank and Trust reserve $174,208.89. Petty cash $29.05 for a total of $682,303.90.
You know, we should probably write that to the cash off because it's gone.
The $29.05.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it doesn't exist.
It did at one point in time, but
Okay, that's fine. I'll just
Yeah.
write it off, that's fine.
That's okay.
Is everybody okay with that? You're right with that, Bob, writing off the petty cash? Brian, any problem with that?
What do you want to do?
Write off the petty cash, it doesn't really
Just transfer
exist.
to corporate?
Doesn't exist.
What happened to $28.05?
You do not know.
I mean, if you want to go to the whole history of it, it was like Chief Harlow took somebody out for lunch who paid cash, and so he put that money into petty cash. And the cash, everything's gone. I didn't find I didn't find $29 in the drawer somewhere. So.
Bob and I, and probably Carl, we have a hubcap going that we found change. We're probably up to about $4.
That's about the extent of it. But rather than carrying it on the books.
What do you want to do with it? Mr. Attorney Man?
I don't like it, but if you don't got it, you don't got it. I mean, it's something we'll note for, we'll have to do an audit or something, because you just don't lose money.
Well, it's been carried for so long, I never knew where it was. Nobody ever, it just has been there for 5 years that I know of, so. She just do it with a journal entry?
Well, I mean, whatever, that's kind of an accounting question, whatever a question you use. If you don't got the money, you can't carry it on the books if you don't got it. I mean, do we know that it was separate and not rolled into like one of the other accounts?
No, because it was cash.
There was $28
In cash, right.
Theft of government funds is a felony.
I understand that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you didn't take it, but
No.
Right. So do you want me to reach out to John and see if he has it in an envelope somewhere?
I would at least do that. I mean,
Probably not a bad idea.
theft of government funds is a felony, and there's no distinction whether it's one, well, actually there is. What level of felony you get depends on the amount. I'd like to see what we could do to find it before we just write it off.
I can make it manage the computer.
And the other thing I'd say is, don't have
Even if
petty
it comes out of
cash.
my pocket.
Well,
Well,
ain't no petty cash, period.
Jump in with you on that as well. All right, let's see if we can find it. If not, we'll call the change fairy and see if we can get them to cast a magic wand and bring it down. The tooth fairy might know where it's at. All right. Motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented. Roll call vote. Trustee Snowland.
Aye.
Trustee Grum.
Aye.
Trustee Rogers. Aye. Motion passes. Approval of outstanding invoices.
Do you want them all read?
Let's see here, no. Does anybody have any questions on the outstanding invoices? There's final station staff pays in here. We managed to take care of Mr. Herrick, that there was a missing shift. Tammy made sure that happened and got that off to him. Waste Groot, I got them all shut down, so we won't be getting any more of those. Everything else is pretty basic in here. Anybody have any questions? We've got one last city card bill, it looks like, as well. And you have control of both those cards now, correct? Okay.
Just a question, just a curiosity. We have the Traverse Toad. Is it broken? Or is it just?
That's an invoice from April.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
not for the moving it.
No.
Okay.
No.
Got- right, that's old.
Old.
That's
Okay,
way old.
Thank you. That's.
And next month you'll see another one I finally paid from June. The one I called him about.
You
They
know,
just magically appeared,
right,
so.
all right.
So total checks were 67,141.68.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the outstanding invoices as presented?
So moved. Second?
A motion by Grum, second by Snowden. Roll call vote. Trustee Snowden. Trustee Grum.
Aye.
Trustee Rogers, aye.
And on the Costco, there was only one small charge for motor vehicles for $21. I just put it to motor vehicles.
That's fine.
I said that the renewal happened automatically. We probably don't need that at this point, but.
I don't know if you're gonna use it anymore, or.
Yeah.
Well, you've got it for the next, you
Exactly.
got it for the next year, so
So,
if you need it, you've got it.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, and also too, along with the Amazon, I did shut down all the other IDs we're able to purchase off of that, so that's, nobody can do that except for myself.
Okay.
Okay.
And you, because you have the same one.
I just go and pull the invoices, that's all.
Right, but that's
We're good
exactly,
with
I
Gas cards,
for anybody, and it's tied
Okay.
to the credit cards.
Oh, okay.
Carl, did you shut down the gas cards? Or did you
No.
call Wex?
I did not.
Would you like to do that? Would you like me to do that?
I
Or
can do that.
you wanna do that?
I know them.
Tammy will
Yeah,
do
I've
that?
talked to
You've
them.
been working with them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's close those down. Okay, we have the board minutes. We have an amendment on the October 18th meeting in the first line, where it should say trustee Snowden instead of President Rogers called the meeting to order. So we have amended minutes for 18 and the minutes as presented for the October 26th and November 2nd meeting. Could I have a motion for approval for the amended and the two as presented?
So moved. Second?
Motion by Grum, second by Snowden, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Okay. Consideration of resolution 21806, declaration of certain personal property surplus and directing disposal of the same. Let me get to this here. Minutes.
That was just the
Right.
two items you sent me.
Correct, and I have the supporting documents that go with those here, if anybody wants to look at those. This is a declaration in motion to approve the liquidation of treadmills, storage trunk, rubber mats, fire helmets, boots, safety vests, and a plastic sign. All of these were compared to existing items either for sale on eBay or on Marketplace to make sure they were of similar dollar amount. So I have the resolution here with the supporting documents. Any discussion? Okay, with no discussion, can I have a motion for the approval of resolution 2018-06?
So moved.
I'll second it. Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll second it. Roll call vote, trustee Snowden,
Aye.
trustee Grum,
Aye.
Trustee Rogers, aye. Tammy, I'll put this all together and hand, or no, Bob wants this. You hold the resolution, sorry.
Do you have the supporting
I have
documents
the
with it?
supporting documents right with it.
Oh,
And
you got
got paper clips, you can clip them all together and staple the whole words together, Bob.
Yeah, we'll have to sign that and then keep that with the file.
Right, you can, yeah,
You guys like that, Brian?
I certainly can. Ryan?
Let me finish making my notes here. I've got multiple copies here of the truth and taxation resolution. There's gonna be some changes to numbers. There was an exchange of emails between myself and the trustees, you know, and how much the board was gonna seek to levy. The maximum we can do without the.
Can you hold on 1 second on that? I just noticed that we don't really have anything on here for these two gentlemen that showed up, and I'm sure you would love to sit and talk about truth and taxation with us. Would you have a problem if we talked to the two chiefs real quick?
No, because it's a regular meeting, as long as you don't take action.
No, I'm just gonna listen to them talk.
Okay.
How are things going, gentlemen?
Go ahead, chief.
Pretty good. I gave you guys a monthly report there, and it has all, a year to date. And the year to date is gonna be a lot less calls because we weren't responding at that time, just when we were called. So for the month of October, Lake Forest had 11 ambulance calls, 1 citizen assist service call, somebody needed help getting a door open, and then 2 what we call false alarm false calls. I believe one was a fire alarm and one was a CO alarm, false activation. But other than that, everything's been good. We've been getting all of our staff out doing familiarizations. We have quite a few new people that might not have responded here when we were, you know, in the past. Everybody feels good on that. I have been talking to Nikki Snowblin as well about doing the Santa Claus, Santa on the fire truck. So talks are in motion with that, and we'll make sure we make that happen.
Okay, chief?
I don't have a lot. Is that the monthly? Did he give you
This
a
is
monthly?
monthly, yes.
Yeah, okay. So that has our statistics and numbers and everything, but
So for those of you that are here, we've got a real detailed report from Libertyville with lots and lots of stats and kind of a roundup report from Chief Siebert. And I've asked if they could kind of come together and give us a similar report so that it looks the same. And they'll have them each month here if anybody would like a copy of them. We can produce those. We can try to get them more similar if we could. I would appreciate that.
yeah, I'll talk to him
That'll
tomorrow.
make it easier for us and for anybody who wants to see what's going on. We can make a few extra copies if somebody wants them here at the meeting. Okay, board, do you have anything for either one of the chiefs?
No, it's,
Okay, if you guys want to stay and listen, you're welcome to. If you want to go home, that's fine too. Pete, I will continue to be in touch with you with the FEMA grant. Thank you guys both for coming. We'll try to put you to the front of the meeting from now on.
Okay,
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Brian,
Okay, so.
sorry.
That's right. Did I pass these out? Number
7?
7? Yeah, I did a resolution. The format of the resolution for the truth and taxation determination, there was some discussion between myself and all the trustees individually, actually, Trustee Snowblin, Trustee Rogers, I talked with John Kelly. So what we did, if you look at the version that you have in front of you, there's some numbers. On page 2, there's some numbers. What I have here is a page 3 with blanks that Carl filled in the numbers for. The amount that you're going to be looking to levy next year is $671,127.92. That's 104.99% of last year's extension, so we don't need to do the truth and taxation notice and hearing at the meeting. But as I cautioned you, as like I've cautioned you in the past, you're not going to get that much. You'll get 2.1% more than last year's extension because it's PTIL, it applies to PTIL. The other noteworthy item in this levy, as opposed to past levies, in the past years we've levied for Social Security and Medicare funds. We get no employees, so it wouldn't be proper to levy those monies. So those are good. Those going to be indicated as being a 0% or a 0 levy because it wouldn't be proper to levy for that. And that's it. After the meeting, I'll go through and I'll make transfer the numbers in a more legible way. to attach to the copy to give to Bob that we can approve and keep with the fund. That's really, and then one copy for me, but that's really what we need, is the district needs to keep this. The other reason I need it is because this is gonna be the numbers that are gonna be in your levy ordinance that you're gonna adopt at the December.
Okay, is there any more discussion on it?
So you want, at this point, what you want is a motion to approve
As presented.
as amended.
Well, I was gonna say as presented, because it was, he filled in.
No, 'cause
Okay. Okay, as amended, that's fine. Okay, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2018-07 as amended and presented by trustee Snowden. I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Snowden. Roll call vote, trustee Grum?
Aye.
Trustee Snowden?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers, aye. Motion passes. At the last meeting, we had a couple comments, since the signs are in the process of being taken down and removed. We have a sign next to the door. So I came up with a fancy schmancy design for everybody to put their nose in on and change and do whatever you want. I thought something about 18 by 18 on either side of the door. Thoughts, questions, queries, complaints?
I just didn't think about this, I looked at it before, but just a suggestion, it might be
Yeah.
better just instead of saying corporate office, say district office.
That's perfectly fine.
So you're envisioning,
Right with a
a permanent sign, I mean, not like a
Yes.
cardboard sign.
No, I was gonna have it done in like poly,
Okay.
you know, so you just say district.
Yeah, I guess my other question, it really is for Brian, is obviously today we've got a big sign that's viewable from the road. Is it, would it be inappropriate for us not to have something visible from the road?
And in fact, I had this discussion with President Rogers. We're caught in a conundrum. Regardless of what you say, this building still looks like a fire station. And if you put that sign in front of the station, one example, the law says if there's a woman who gives birth to a child within a matter of 72 hours, they can bring an infant here and deliver it to a fire station. You're supposed to have a sign saying you do that. Well, if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it must be a duck. Well, this isn't a fire station. It's not manned. And in fact, that obviates the law, but you need something. On one hand, you need to have a sign to identify this is the district. It's the district headquarters, it's your mailing address, you know. It's your corporate headquarters, so that's true. But what we don't want to do is confuse people into thinking that it's an operational fire station, which that does. You know, so I think you need to have a sign. What I don't, and it needs to be a sign that people, you know, the post office people will recognize, but it shouldn't be a sign that's confusing to people either. You know, how you do that. You know, you'd hate to see you're across. It's really, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I thought about it. My first thought was, oh yeah, might have something. But then I think about other, like, government offices that are in buildings that have other offices in it, and there's no street sign. I mean, it's just you walk up to the door. So it probably isn't necessary. But on the other hand, as you say, you could do, you know, this architectural signs is only about yay big, that's right next to the driveway. So not so much that it's seen for 41, but if somebody's looking for where is the district building, there's a sign right there by the, you know, by the road, by the entrance podium. It would only need to be, you know, yay big kind of thing. So
I agree with that, Carl, and so my thought is to do something like this on the building as a
Right away.
temporary
Yeah.
permanent, and then based on what happens with the building, if we end up staying here or what we end up doing, that'll be the next step, and if we see that that's what it is and it's gonna be 2 or 3 uses or whatever it may end up being, then we could have a sign made
That's true, too.
saying
That's
what
good
each
point.
things are. So would this be okay for temporary, I'm gonna say a temporary permanent sign? I just go out to signs by whoever out there and just have one made up that's poly with the vinyl on it. I can email it to him, and like 18 by 18, is that?
yeah.
I was going to say, you put it by the door. The only question, what do you do with that big monster that's out there now?
It's getting a blank put in it this week,
What are you doing with the stuff that's in there now?
taking it out.
And where does it go?
It's gonna come inside and go into the auction. figure if somebody wants to buy it as memorabilia, they can buy it.
And only because I was thinking about it, I would just suggest that if the firefighter association, it's dissolved, if they wanted it, I think I would give them right of first refusal.
There's two of them, okay?
That I don't know.
Yeah, so, yes, so the sign it has the logo and stuff on it. The actual Knollwood Fire Department actually isn't a sign, it's just the white backlit behind the red cutouts. So when you lift the white out, it's just blank white on most of it, and just the corner says Knollwood Fire Department. Because the front is the red with the cutout letters. So, I can talk to whomever on that and see.
But I think I'd ask them, I mean, the
Okay.
reality is for the association made the department what it is for years,
Mhm.
and it's only fair that they have.
Well, I have something else in the works too that I've talked to Tito about, but I'm not quite ready to put it into the public until I can make sure I can make it happen, that I think will be something really nice for all the firemen. But I'm working on it, so we'll see if we can get it to come to fruition. Okay, so I'll go ahead with that. Attorney's report, update on litigation. Brian?
Okay, I'm making notes, okay, so where's my report? This is just an update, in fact, it's the same report I passed out
Right, I
at
got
the
it.
last meeting, there's multiple copies. All I did was add the October bills to it, I
Did you
gave
get it
you
already,
those
or?
verbally. There's nothing has happened since our last meeting, not surprised. This Thursday, the 15th, is the date by which petitioners, if they're going to have a new attorney, the new attorney would have to file the appearance in the matter. The next scheduled hearing is December 13th, and that's on the status of petitions. And if there's a new attorney, what the new attorneys, any of the new attorneys' new motions, or any of the respondents' counters to the motions, December 13th. So November 15th is really more informational. If there's an action to be happened, that we'll monitor. But December 13th is the next known one. Now, if something gets filed between now and then, there may be action required, but at this stage, I just don't know.
Okay. Update on ordinance 2018-05, adopting the amended budget and appropriations ordinance.
Yeah, I just wanted to let people know, I gave Bob the copy, I filed that with the county, that's been filed with the county. As pursuant to the Fire Protection District Act and the budget, the amended budget and appropriations order was published in the Lake County News Sun. It was published on November 8th to the tune of just under $1,000, thank you very much. And by law, the new budget doesn't take effect until 10 days after publication, which would be Sunday, November 18th. So
Calendar days, not business days?
it just, calendar day, it just says 10 days.
Yeah, we don't wanna
So
screw that up.
it's 10 days, so that's what we've got. And just to let you know, so your new budget really kicks into gear Monday the 19th.
Okay, discussion and approval for payment of the ambulance service dispatch invoice. I didn't even know if I sent this. Did I send that to you? That's the prorated, I'm sorry. if I
No,
didn't.
but that's an
Right,
easy one.
okay. It's the prorated invoice.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm looking for approval for the Libertyville prorated quarterly ambulance invoice in the amount of $19,741.67. Can I get a motion for that?
So move.
Moved by Snowden, seconded by Grum. Roll call vote, trustee Snowden,
Aye.
trustee Grum,
Aye.
trustee Rogers, aye.
2/3, right?
Yes. Okay, and so we can get that.
Just on that same
Yes, sir.
note, the countryside dispatch, did we get a resolution on that?
We have not gotten resolution on that. I just received an email this morning from Rich asking if he could meet with myself and Chief Steingard this week. I said anytime he's ready. If there's anything other than nothing, I will bring it back to the board.
Okay, because, that certainly was our understanding all along, was
Right,
that.
and that's Rich's understanding, and that was Pete's understanding, that was everybody understood that that's how it was.
Dispatch fees were part of the contract.
Correct,
And handled by the respective departments.
correct. So I might have an update for you on Monday. If it is, I'll throw it on the agenda. Okay, discussion approval of special meeting, so we can get going on that budget. For 11/19/18, does 11 a.m. work for you?
What day of the week is that?
Monday,
This
a week from
Monday?
today.
A week from
Today?
Yeah,
Does that work?
11 o'clock.
Okay, 11 a.m., 11/19/18. Main purpose is to pay bills. If there's anything else, I'll get it to either Tammy or Brian to forward to trustee Grum to get on the agenda. Anything else, trustee Snowden? Anything else, trustee Grum?
Can I ask a question? I
Good.
meant to ask it before and I forgot. I don't, it's just a question. I live on the north side of the tracks, and Libertyville is supposed to take us. But Libertyville went to North Chicago and asked if they could help come in, but they laid off a lot of guys. Now, if Libertyville can't come in and North Chicago can't come in, will Lake Forest come over?
Yes.
They will come over. Okay, that's all I want to know.
Okay, motion to adjourn at 6:57.
So moved. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
I haven't-